Hello, everyone. Trying to do a mic check here. Can you guys see and hear me? Let me know in the chat. I think I got it all worked out. Sorry for the delay. Some technical difficulties here. Thanks for joining me today. And if you guys can see this and hear me and all that, um, help the cause by sharing this live. Friends on socials or your friends on Discord. And I guess many people to follow the follow the game, follow us on YouTube, on Discord, just follow the community as possible before we go on Kickstarter and trying to maximize the potential of that Kickstarter. So sharing this content really does help. All right, looks like we're good. Got some answers in the chat. Hello, everybody. Hello, Little Miss. Hello, Jay Cyber. Alrighty, I think we're cooking now. So tonight we're going to talk about the Kickstarter campaign. Specifically, we're going to talk about the pledge tiers that we have been um, dropping, kind of one pledge tier per day on our official Discord and also on IG. And we're just gonna go over the details of the tiers and of the add-ons. Hopefully, answer any questions you may have, and kind of get everything clear so that when you go pledge, um, hopefully you will be pledging here for the Kickstarter, so that when you do pledge on Saturday, that you have all the information you need to make an informed decision. So let's let a few more folks here join the video and join the chat. See, we got Ray here, Scarlett. Very good. All right, let's get us prepped here by going to the rewards tiers. Here we go. Get the first one up. I will wait about another 20 seconds before we get started. Make sure we have folks here because I do want to field some questions from the chat. Um, in case there's something that's not clear that I say or that I forget. So we're just a few days away. Kind of crunch time now. Um, we got the dev team's got some butterflies. We got everything kind of worked out. It's just more of the wait, right? We've been prepping now for the last, oh man, since last summer. We worked really hard on the project, the dev team, the artists, and now with product at hand and everything, we're just kind of anxious to get it going, so to speak, and be able to um, have the game available for you guys to purchase and enjoy. How you doing, Philosopher Cards? Alrighty. I think we got enough people here. Let's start going over some of the tiers. So the first few will be pretty straightforward. But the first one we have here, we called it the Adpocalypse. It is priced at $45. Mind you, the first thing we'll state is all of these tier pledge prices do not include shipping. Shipping's the last bit of information that we're going to drop on Friday. The dev team are working even basically at the 11th hour to get shipping costs down as low as possible for you guys. So we're mocking up. We're taking product and we're doing mock-up shipments where we take the product and certain tiers and bundles. We put them together, we package them nice and safe, and then we're doing all the weighing and measurements. And we're kind of going over and over with different shipping partners to see what can get us the best value, get you guys the best value. So just full disclosure, these prices are for the product. Shipping news should be dropped on Friday. Now, in also full disclosure, we will post what we feel are the estimated shipping. We're kind of doing like worst case scenarios, like shipping out of Florida to, let's say, California or Oregon for the U.S. And like shipping to the most expensive country in Europe for like the cost basis. But once the campaign is over, you guys will fill out a survey, basically verifying your name, the address, and you will only pay the right shipping cost for you, and specifically you. So you're gonna pay it down to the penny. So let's say we estimate shipping of X object to be $10, but when we put it together, it actually costs $8.37. That's all you're gonna pay, no more, no less. So, and as we move on to the first tier, the Apocalypse tier, we have a price at $45. This is for the first edition Splat box. It has been pre-printed. There are 1,000 of these, 1,000 only. Will not print anymore. Not all 1,000 will be posted for the Kickstarter. Like we've said in previous Q&As, we are only posting 3/4 of all product onto the Kickstarter. We are reserving 25% for any damaged or lost items since it's already been pre-printed. After that phase of all the shipments been sent out and there's no issues, all the product that we do have left over, we're going to team up with our LGS partners and put product in their stores on consignment. There'll be a little bit of product that will be distributed to some content creators too. So you'll be able to see kind of your favorite folks on YouTube kind of open product and also review the product and the game, and some have been allocated for that. But what is a splat box? A splat box is our kind of entry level product. What it has inside, it has everything you kind of need to just open it up and start playing the game. You have 3 pre-constructed decks, so you can choose which of the cosmic avatars you would like to play with. Multiple decks means that you can even grab a friend and start playing just from one box. You will also get a devotion counter, which is basically a spin down 20-sided die with a nice custom ant head logo. And you will also get a learn to play guide, a booklet that teaches you how to play shard bugs. You will get a paper playmat. It is the zoned playmat, so it shows you where to put your deck, where's the splat pile, the avatar, where's your hive, where's your field. You will also get 3 uh, booster packs, basically first edition beginning booster packs. You could open it up and actually start modifying your decks and start looking and getting more product that way. So that is basically the Apocalypse tier. Now the Apocalypse tier also is the lowest tier that will qualify you for all the stretch goals. We'll go over not all the stretch goals in this video, but we'll go over some of the stretch goals and what that means. But if a stretch goal includes a physical reward, like a promo card, you will get that at this tier level. Moving on to the next tier, we have the Beetle Formation. So the Beetle Formation is at $100. This is a first edition booster box. For the beginning set, it basically has 24 packs and a box topper. The box topper has 6 double-sided avatar tokens. So you can use that basically by opening the box. You'll have 6 avatars that you can start making custom decks with. Or if you're going to do this for drafting, you can use those double-sided avatars for drafting purposes. It also has a prize card. So if you're not drafting it, if you're buying it just for your own pleasure, those prize cards can only be found in the box topper. So the cards in there will not be. Well, let's restate that. The cards in the box topper you can find in the booster packs, but they have gotten a special treatment. Okay, so that variant of that card can only be found on the box topper. So that's basically pretty clear cut and dry. That tier level gets you just a booster box and all applicable stretch goals. So let's move on to the wormhole. So the wormhole is the first tier that gives you basically a bundle, and it gives you a small discount off the MSRP. Here we have one beginning splat box, which we've discussed in the Apocalypse tier. And from the previous tier that we discussed at the Beetle Formation, you get one first edition booster box. You also get a zoned playmat, neoprene. These playmats are, in my opinion, very, very high quality. They come from a U.S. Georgia-based printer. Um, the colors are just they pop. They're real vibrant. Actually, I think I have one right behind me. Yeah. So this is actually what you can expect to get. If I can get, I'm gonna move the mic for real quick. This is the playmat. That's also going to be inside of the splat box in paper, but here it is in neoprene. Also wanted to show that it does actually have the first edition logo. These playmats are actually a little bit on the limited side. So they've been pre-printed. They will be the only print run with the first edition logo. The standard edition won't have that first edition logo. So if you like things that are kind of limited and collectible and all that, just like I do, make sure you want to pick one up by pledging to one of these tiers. And you get $10 off MSRP. So let's move on to the next tier. And if you have any questions, just kind of save it till I review all of the tiers and add-ons, because I'm not really viewing the chat too much. And I want to make sure I'm not missing out on any good questions. Alrighty. So the next tier, we have the Blue Butterfly. Blue Butterfly has one beginner splat box, but it has 3 first edition booster boxes. It also comes with a playmat, first edition zone mat. Also, obviously, all applicable stretch goals. So this is for the the ones out there that want the starter kit, so to speak, but just want more than one box. This definitely is a pretty good tier to kind of really get your feet wet and then have enough product to be able to really start customizing those decks. You also got $15 off of MSRP. Again, all of these right now that we're talking about, these are all pre-printed. So as soon as the campaign is over, which is for me like very enjoyable because as soon as the campaign's over, we can just like start cracking packs, start putting together decks. I want to do that just as much as you guys and start playing with friends or with family members, at your house or at the local LGS. Next one up is the Bug Commander. These are for the folks that are really starting to get it pretty serious into the game. So this one here is fantastic for those that want to share with a family or share with maybe some friends at the LGS. It has 4 beginner splat boxes, first edition pre-printed. It has 12 booster box. The 12 booster box actually come in a sealed case, just shown like it's shown here in this image. And you also get 1 first edition zoned playmat, but you also get a first edition battlefield playmat. Battlefield playmat is the playmat you can kind of see here. We've teased it in the past. We've shown it, I believe, in other lives, but I know we've definitely dropped it in the Discord. And so now you get 2 playmats, and they'll both say first edition on it. You also get about $140 off of MSRP. Now, the next one is the Hive. So the Hive comes with 8 beginner splat boxes, as shown here. But it comes with 2 cases of booster boxes. It's 24 boxes, booster boxes. Comes with 3 first edition zone playmat and 3 first edition battlefield playmats plus all applicable goals. And you're getting about $440 off of MSRP for this bundle. Now, I'm going to continue on to the last one. Then I'll circle back because we actually didn't discuss one bit of information, and that is how many of each are actually going to be available. But last but certainly not least, we have the Cosmic Avatar. Cosmic Avatar has one original painting of the Cosmic Avatars. There's three of them, three paintings. Who gets what? Basically, it is first to back at this tier has priority in choosing which painting. So since there's three paintings, obviously this tier is limited to three. It all comes down to your backer number. If your backer number is 3, somebody else grabs in, their backer number is 5, and a third person grabs it, their backer number is 7. The lowest backer number actually has first dibs in choosing which painting, followed by the next person, and then lastly, the remaining painting goes to the third to back. We've also already spoiled those paintings. We have a full set of uncut sheets. So it does say 7 uncut first edition sheets, but what that basically means is 7 different sheets make up the whole print run of the beginning set. So you're gonna get one of each sheet, so you'll get 7 uncut sheets. And again, that's for the first edition. You get 2 Shard Bugs comic books, the first edition, signed by myself and Zip Draw, who illustrated it. You get 5 sample packs from our sample pack run. You get 16 splat boxes, which is a full case of splat boxes. You also get 48 booster boxes. You get 5 first edition zone playmats, 5 first edition battlefield playmats. You get 1 first edition Cosmic Avatar playmat. So that last one has not been spoiled. Okay, this item right here, the first edition Cosmic Avatar playmat, we only printed 15. The dev team will get 1 of each. 3 of these will be allocated to the tier, and then we'll have 1 or 2 left that will probably show up at a tournament event eventually. So that's a very limited playmat. It is fantastic, guys. This playmat is nuts. It looks so amazing. You get 2 Shardbucks t-shirt, whatever your size may be. Just say, hey, my size. When you do the survey, my size is X. And you also get all applicable stretch goals. Plus, you get this really awesome, I think, really awesome prize is you create your own card for set 2. So what does that mean? That means you get to work alongside our creator, our game creator. Our game mechanic creator, Nate, aka Mythos, as well as Kundala Castillo, which is our art director. And you basically get to pick an artist from our open roster of all the artists that's been working in the game. And you work alongside Nate with the gameplay mechanic, like say, hey, I want the name to be this. I think it'd be really cool if this bug did this thing. Or maybe you want to pick an equipment card or an action card or a support card. All that's fine. And then once you pick out an artist, you work with Kundala Castillo on a kind of a composition of what you want that bug or that item to look like, how the stance, the colors, all that. And then you'll work back and forth with the artist. The artist will produce a sketch. You get to give feedback on the sketch and any modification you may want to see. And then, that artist will then color it and you can kind of get feedback on that. And then any kind of final notes. All that has, parameters. Again, it's a PG-13 game, so we have to just kind of be mindful of the subject matter that we are showing. And Nate will also kind of help guide you to make sure that you don't kind of create that overpowered card that instantly gets banned, because we also would hate to see that. So, Kundu will guide you on subject matter a little bit, and Nate will kind of guide you in terms of playability to make sure it's a viable card for the set. But yeah, you get to create your own card, which I think is a really cool thing to see. So this is just an illustration of everything you're getting. There's the paintings, splat box, 4 cases of booster boxes, the sheets, the shirts, the comics, the game mat, the credit card, sample packs, and all the other playmats. And actually, we do have one more tier. The tier is the one that we spoiled today. It is the game store tier. You do need proof of brick and mortar store for this, but you get so much. Like, we are going to set up our LGSs for success. So first and foremost, you get 32 splat boxes, which is a fantastic entry level product for people who just want to try out the game to see if it's for them. They get the pre-con decks. They can play the game with the learn to play guide, and they actually get a few booster packs. That way they can get the flavor, so to speak, of opening packs and modifying their decks. The LGS tier also gets you 36 booster boxes, 24 comic books of the first issue, 24 copies of the second issue. You get some sleeves. We also have a Dave Swiftfoot sleeve and the 3 blessings, Sol, Luna, and Mars. You get those as sleeves. You also get binders. You get 3 solar binders, 3 lunar, and 3 meteor. So yes, we do have sleeves. And we do have binders. They're actually, like, we already put it in order. They're inbound. We also have deck boxes. Again, order has already been ordered and inbound. Now, if for whatever reason this tier gets really popular, which we hoped for it to get popular, because we actually want to really grow the LGS base, turnaround times on restocking is real easy. So no worries there. We get 18 standard edition zone playmats, 18 standard edition battlefield playmats, a LGS product display. That's basically this tower right here. This tower is all branded shard books. You don't have to necessarily stock it the way we have it shown here. Other folks may put binders in the bottom, deck boxes here, maybe some sleeves up here, the comic book section. And you might want to keep the sealed boxes behind the counter. Many LGSs do that, but we give you a tower for the product. You also get to pick one of our 3 cutout displays of your choice. Kenny Knight Stripe Snail. We also have Suke, and we have Moth of the Peppered Flame. You also get 2 promotional wall posters and a weekly, monthly LGS kit. So these are basically prize reports kits that will be given out, and each kit will have basically a 90-day block. So each kit will set you up for 3 whole months of gameplay. You'll get the first LGS kit with this pledge. Now, to be 100% clear, all the product you see here is all standard edition. So it's not part of the pre-printed first edition set. And the reason is, again, all the product has been pre-printed. We did not want to limit how many LGSs to onboard during the Kickstarter. This is kind of print to demand. So if we have 100 LGSs that are really vibing with the game and want to give it a try out, you can. Standard edition, unlike possibly other Kickstarters you may have seen, and again, I have backed many Kickstarters myself. We are really, really developed. Like, we've already printed the first edition, and the center edition really is, as soon as we get the numbers together, we basically hit the print button. Okay, you're not going to be waiting on art to be finished. You're not going to be waiting on gameplay to be tested. There's very minimal wait. This product, we're estimating from when we hit the print button to the actually gets shipped out to you guys to be around August, which is actually pretty quick turnaround. But again, the game store, just to be 100% clear, is all for not first edition, standard edition print run, standard edition. Okay. So if you're liking the game and you have one or multiple LGSs near you, show them the game, show them this YouTube video, invite them to the Discord. If they do that, talk to them about the game, have them reach out to me directly, and they can learn more about the game and about us as a company and how we feel like we're going to support the LGSs. And what other way to kind of help support LGSs but to give them a banger of a discount? Look at this, guys. 50% discount. That's pretty good. So, not quite 50, but like like tons of margins right here, guys. This is tons of margins. So we want to do that because we want the LGSs to succeed. And we want them to offer the product and not only start a community, but offer a product where they actually can make a real decent margin. So this is for you guys. And that basically covers all of the tiers. Now I'm gonna circle back, like I said, because I want to start discussing the quantities. So Cosmic Avatar tier, again, like we've talked about, it's only limited to 3. The Hive tier, which gets you a pretty good discount on the MSRP, but also gets you a nice chunky amount of product. There are 15 of these. Only 15. That's it. Of the first edition. The Bug Commander, there's 40 of these. And only 40 of this tier. Okay. And then the Blue Butterfly and the Wormhole, there's 125 of each of those tiers. And then Beetle Formations and Apocalypse, there's 100 of each of those tiers. So that's the count on those tiers. Once they sell out, it's not, if the product sells out, which we would love for it to sell out, that means we had a successful campaign. That doesn't mean that if you're a little late to it that you cannot grab product. Next, we'll go on to the add-ons, and I'll show you how you can add products. You can add it to a tier. Let's say you wanted this Blue Butterfly tier. And you're like, you know what? But I want another splat box, or hey, I want a standard or two. I want a standard edition booster box or 2. You can do that by pledging to any tier. But again, in case we're all blessed and this sells out, let's discuss how you can grab some more Shardbooks products. So we do have the Bug in the Splat box where we're having you able to grab it for the standard edition. You do get a $5 off MSRP. Okay. So the one thing you'll see, just so you guys don't get confused, we actually swapped around the coloring of the package. So the Splat box for the first edition is actually green, with like the fuchsia magenta sketching. Here we swapped that and we kind of inverted it. It's the kind of pink color is the base color, and then all of the highlights are green. And then the booster box actually is this very vibrant green. So just so you guys don't get confused, like, hey, but you sure that's not the booster box? No, we've inverted the color. Just kind of another way to really visually tell that even though the product is still the beginning set, it's actually standard edition. So you can add on as many splat boxes of standard edition as you like. You can add on as many booster boxes, single booster boxes as you like, with a nice $10 off MSRP. If you want to buy them by the caseload, sounds crazy. It's not. I've backed Kickstarters and backed it by many a caseloads. You can actually get a case of the standard edition with a nice discount off of MSRP. Okay, a nice $240 discount there. Shardbooks t-shirts. We do have a little bit of a limited supply. This was kind of our first kind of small bulk order. We wanted to make sure that the quality is right and that the vendor can fulfill. Again, they have fulfilled. We actually got them delivered today. And the quality is fantastic. It is a 50-50 cotton poly mix. And they're really sharp, very vibrant. I mean, people at the LGS are going to know that you're a Shardbooks player for sure. You can also get Battlefield Playmat First Edition. Okay, this is the last 200 that are not tied into a tier. You'll be able to grab those. It is again limited to 200 because it is from the kind of small batch of First Edition print run. And I wanted to discuss real quick how you can grab some of this product if the First Edition tiers all sell out. So tiers, we do have the add-on tier for $1. So let's say you just found out about this Kickstarter and it's the 11th hour Maybe it's just a couple days before the campaign ends, and all of the first edition tiers have been bought out. The add-on tier is only $1, and it allows you to go and add on any of those add-ons we just discussed. You can add on as many splat boxes, as many booster boxes as you like. If there's any leftover shirts or mats, then you can grab that up too. The only thing is you don't get the stretch goals, because the stretch goals have really been taken into account based on the first edition pre-printed tiers and quantities. That's the only negative of getting add-ons and being a little bit late to the party, so to speak. Is you can grab all the Shardworks products you like, you just don't get the stretch goals. Now, before I go on to field some questions, I want to talk about at least the first 3 stretch goals. So we've already teased what they will be. They will be Kickstarter promo cards, but I have the actual product here, and I wanted to show you the actual product because they look stunning. Like, even me showing you on camera, it's not going to do it justice. But first and foremost, for the Soul Clan, the soldiers out there, we have the Honey Alchemist. If I can get this camera to zoom in, I will take it out. These are pre-printed, um, limited quantities. Stunning artwork by Kundo del Castillo. Got that beautiful cosmic hollow. Absolutely gorgeous. That's the first one. All right. The next one, for the folks that love Luna, we have Moth of the Peppered Flame. Oh. And Kundu redesigned this in a gothic style, and it's going to be a little maybe hard to kind of capture it on the camera, but um, there are portions of the card that are like they look just jet black, which is on purpose, but the foil still pops through so beautifully. Like, you really have to be able to see this in person to appreciate. Look at that. Moth of the Pepper Flame. That is a beautiful card, guys. You do get one card of as they unlock. Again, the stretch goals on these, admittedly, they're pretty low, so the likelihood that they unlock should be pretty good, right? Um, and I went ahead and just pre-print this. Why not? I have faith in the community. I know we're gonna hit these goals. And lastly, for the Mars clan, Kuno del Castillo reinterpreted the Suke the Elder card, and we have this beautiful traditional Japanese art inspired Suke the Elder. That foil really pops. Look at that, guys. It's like a mirror. You really see the rest of my office here. Very vibrant. Fantastic. Love the red border on it. It's a good day to be a Mars clan guy. Shout out to Roz. Okay, cool. I think I've talked I want to say enough of the tiers and add-ons. Hopefully I clarified what needed to be clarified. However, if you have any questions about the Kickstarter, or if you have any questions about me, about the team, about the project, let's open it up to the chat. Type your questions here. There's usually a little 60-second lag, so I'll wait about a minute and then I'll start reading off some of your questions here. So, also some shout outs there. I see Blue Butterfly in the chat. That's my mom. Hi, mom. We got Johnny in the house. Nate's here. Who else is here? We got Full Circle. Kevmo. Emmett. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. How we doing? Pang, I see you. All right. Cool, cool. Ah, good job, Kev. Yes, lots of people are waiting to hear. When are we launching? What time? If the tiers are limited, I want to be there. I want to be first in line. Okay, guys. So we are going to drop. This is Eastern time. Okay, for you guys to make sure you have to adjust it to your time zone. We are making the campaign live at noon, 12 o'clock Eastern time. 12 o'clock Eastern time. So again, for you folks in the East Coast, you may want to have either an early or a late lunch. That's when we're dropping it. And for the folks, we have some folks following from Australia, from the UK, from Cali. Just make sure you guys adjust your time. Adjust your time accordingly. We felt like noon was good. I think noon was a way to kind of facilitate all the different time zones. Hopefully, it's not too early for you folks over there in Cali, and it's not too late for the folks in Europe. So that's when we're dropping at noon. This Saturday, the 29th, noon. Yes, we're almost there, guys and gals. Wow, philosopher. That means you have to wake up at noon. Just have a Cuban coffee. Wake up a few minutes before. Rub your eyes, grab a shot of Cuban coffee, and grab some shard bugs. Alrighty. Oh, Little Miss. Good question about the convention. Yes. Okay, so we are going to make the campaign live at our first official convention. We are going to be at Collecticon Fort Lauderdale / Miami. I don't know why they put both cities there, but I think it's technically Fort Lauderdale. And Collecticon is a kind of a big convention circuit. They have conventions throughout the whole U.S. Um, Usually, it's a pretty large event, filled with a bunch of different vendors, and usually the voice of or Jason is I believe it's Jason Page who sings the Pokemon anthem. He's usually there. This year we got Waka Flocka Flame in the house, gonna throw on a show. So it's gonna be a really great time. If you're in the Florida area, South Florida area, um, go check us out at Collecticon Fort Lauderdale / Miami. We will also have a Collecticon Miami exclusive promo card, a very limited quantity on that. It is going to be Mob with a Scar. We have shown that off on the Discord. It's kind of like a rock band cover style that Zip put together. Looks fantastic. So yes, so if you're in the area, we're going to be doing a lot learn a place. So we'll be cracking open a few splat boxes, taking some decks out, some sleeve them up, and showing folks how to play the game. We also will be streaming live from the con. So we'll be streaming one table for folks. We'll be showing folks how to play the game. But if you're also new to learning how to play the game, you can kind of follow on along that stream as we show other folks how to play. And we'll have another camera just kind of looking at the overall booth so you can see us interact with folks as they come in. Let's see what other questions we have in the chat. Let's see here. Any other questions? Will we have other conventions this summer? Great job. Good question. Yes. So the very next convention is going to be SiestaCon in the Sarasota area. It's going to be, I believe, the first weekend of May, but we'll make sure to drop the exact date that escaped my mind in our Discord and website. We will be at SiestaCon in Sarasota, Florida. From there, also towards the end of May, we'll be in Collecticon Orlando, another really large, fantastic city here in Florida. And we have our fourth one locked down. We will be at Gen Con. We will be at Gen Con, not with a booth. We'll be at Gen Con to host a 2K tournament. So hope to see you guys there. We will be doing two other conventions. I won't announce them yet just because the reservation block hasn't been live. And since I don't have it reserved, I'd rather not make it public. But we'll be at 6 conventions this year. Okay. How many promos? Okay, so the Kickstarter promos, pop count 800. Each of these cards only 800 printed. Okay. And the Mobwa is 300. We have a pop count of 300 of the Mobwas. So if there's a handful of leftover Kickstarter promos, I think we can think of fun ways, as we have in the past with other promos, to make sure we can kind of spread them around. I'm sure we can probably put them in as tournament prizes if there's a few left over. We also love doing our social media giveaways. Maybe we'll drop one on Facebook, IG, and Discord to give out. But those are the pop counts. Will there be new avatars? Yes. There will be new avatars. There will also be new colors as the game progresses. We've always the game plan was always to start with 3 alliances, but we feel like there's room for more chaos and more armies out there. So stay tuned for that. Johnny's asking, do I need to buy the tabletop simulator first to be able to download and play? Yes. So, um, first you need to have Steam. That's where you purchase the tabletop simulator. It's not that expensive, and I know many times it does go on sale, usually for like 50% off. But once you do have tabletop simulator, our mod to play Shardbugs is free. So you'll be able just to subscribe to the mod, and you'll be able to have access to the game. And excuse my eyes. I know I'm kind of like reading the chat, so I'm not making eye contact. But let's see here. We have other questions here. I don't see. Will there be? Okay. Will there be any product for sale at Collecticon? No. There won't be any product for sale at Collecticon. Although I kind of have the itch to maybe give a splat box out as a prize, maybe for a raffle. Um, and if we do, that's kind of a last minute improv. But no, the intention of Collecticon, of this Collecticon Miami, is just a showcase of the game. There'll be other folks in the industry that are there. We'll have CGC reps there. We'll have reps from other grading companies, and we just want to show the game off. And show the game off to folks who walk in. If they like it, we'll give them a QR code, shoots them over to the Kickstarter website, and they can pledge to purchase just like everybody else through the Kickstarter. However, in future conventions, sure, I think there'll be the possibility, especially with the with the standard edition print run, just to have some product on hand and be able to purchase some stuff in future events. Um, see here. Any other questions? Is there anything not clear? I think I made that pretty clear. Just I'm gonna do a quick recap to make sure you guys 100% get it. All of the prices of the tiers are they do not have shipping. Okay, so just keep that in mind. We will drop shipping information on Friday. The shipping information we drop on Friday are just estimates. Okay, if you're a US based pledger, you can expect this much for this size tier. Okay, If you're international, we'll give you some ideas of what it could cost. But again, when the Kickstarter is over, there will be a survey. You'll verify your information, your shipping information, a print label custom for your pledge and your specific situation will be printed. You pay just that dollar amount. I believe that's just as fair as we can be with everybody, and then your product gets shipped off to you. Also, as a recap, first edition is pre-printed, and only first edition is pre-printed. 2,000 booster boxes, 1,000 splat boxes. 2/3 of that will be on the Kickstarter. The rest, once shipments are out, will be sent off to LGSs. A little bit will be sent off to some content creators, and a little bit will be kind of held back by the team for possible tournament prizes down the line. Um, but you can also pledge for a first edition tier. Let's say you want a Apocalypse, or you want, a Commander tier, and you can grab as much standard edition product as you feel like you will want. Now's the time to get it because you get it at a good discount. There will be one other time where we will post online standard edition for purchase. That will be during a pre-order phase that we'll have after Kickstarter is over. We'll probably wait a few days, maybe a week after Kickstarter is over. Then we will open up a pre-order online. It will be at the full MSRP price though. So we want to do it as a kind of a last effort in case someone missed a Kickstarter and they want some product. You can definitely get it during that. Or maybe you did grab some product and then it gets to your door and you open it and you're like, man, I really wish I should have grabbed that extra box. There'll be one other time, a 2-week span, you can grab some more standard edition. If all the first edition tiers are sold out, you can still purchase the standard edition by grabbing the $1 pledge, the $1 pledge add-on pledge, and you can grab as much standard edition as you'd like. Okay. Any other questions? Anything that I'm leaving out? Type it in the chat, and I'll be able to answer that for you. Full Circle is asking how long will the Kickstarter stay up? The Kickstarter campaign is for 2 weeks. It closes on the 12th of April. Okay, Kickstarter, let it be placed on cards. No, so we're not doing any kind of branding of Kickstarter on the cards. Basically, um, the two types of cards that you'll be able to grab during a Kickstarter campaign are the pre-printed limited edition, first edition, or the standard edition. But nothing kind of Kickstarter branded. Which is okay, so funny guy. We got a Chase Collectibles pile here. Which is your favorite faction and why is it Mars? Are you answering my question for me? Honestly, it's so hard. I will say that technically, I am a Soul boy. I am branded as Soul on our Discord. I actually love all three avatars. I think I like the three avatars for different reasons. I think Mars just looks, fierce. Luna looks mysterious. Soul looks brilliant. But to be honest, there's a certain avatar that has not been disclosed that when it does get disclosed might sway me. We'll see. I'm not sure. I'm not saying that I'm going to automatically switch. There's something coming down the pipeline that is freaking awesome. So let's see here. Yeah, Scarlet. Yeah, Scarlet, our editor there, is saying that technically the Kickstarter promo say KS on the bottom. Let's see. Yes, and the reason is so we are numbering all of our promos as we progress through the history of Shardbook. Sorry, that's not wanting to focus. Like there's promos 1 through 4. There were pre-Kickstarter promos, 5, 6, etc. But we also put a little bit of some letters there to really help show you where those Kickstarters are from. So like we may have a Collecticon promo They may have, maybe CAC or something like that. Siesta might have, like I think it's SKC. I'm not 100% sure there, but yes, there'll be a letter that really tells you where that was distributed, or basically either at a con or during the pre Kickstarter phase or post Kickstarter phase, um, and also a number. Let's see here. Are you doing sorcery stories? Morris for life. I get it. Morris is cool. I can't wait for you guys to watch the Kickstarter video, guys. Oh my gosh, I got the last bit of it today. This Kickstarter video. When you watch the Kickstarter video, you're gonna be like, "Wait, did Two Fluent say he's doing an animated series?" Like, I get it. The Kickstarter video is ridiculous. Like the artists we have, super talented. Also shout out to Jose, aka J Cyber, who's been working also on kind of the embellishments or the after effects, working with the artist team to really bring to life the video. Been doing a fantastic job on it. So yes, they're killing it. That video is gonna be amazing. All right, let's see what other questions we may have here. Um, how can you tell the difference between a Kickstarter and a Center Edition? Um, that question is from Full Circle. So all first edition cards will have a first edition on the middle of the card to the left. There'll be like a green splat icon and it'll say first. That's a first edition card. Center edition will look exactly like that, but without that first edition icon. That's what separates it. Sorcerer Story is not a question, just a statement. Keep up the amazing work, team. You guys are killing it. Thanks so much. I love hearing good feedback like that. See here. Some people out there are Team Luna, some are Team Mars. I get it. Let's see here. Johnny's asking, what are the bases to have these cards graded? Do you need to be established for a certain amount of years, or are there other factors? Okay. That's actually a really good question. I don't think we've discussed too much on grading. Um, the the pre-Kickstarter promo cards, there's 4 of them, and the sample cards are all right now, as of right now, gradable through CGC. Now we have one of each of the promos, and I have a full set being actively graded through CGC. The reason we're doing that is our game is new with them. The first time that that our cards are graded are just they don't take long, and you're not even going to be able to search for them. Now you can send them to CGC right now; they will accept them, but it's a little bit clumsy in terms of like how you choose to. They're not like actively searchable in our database. So we have all those cards. At CGC right now, actively getting graded. It's actually been like this is like week 11. I'm actually expecting them to be returned in the next 1 to 2 weeks. Once that happens, we'll make an announcement, and it should be easier for the rest of you folks to submit those specific cards to CGC. Now, the first edition set, CGC has the files for the first edition set. I'll be working my best. There's not a lot of product that we're kind of keeping. We want to make sure you guys get as much of that or all of the first edition. But I will try myself to send at least a non-foil set to them um, to start the grading process. Um, you can technically submit your cards to CGC for the first edition set. Just forewarning you, it's gonna take a couple of months. The game is young. They have to cross-reference it with our files, and it's just going to be a little bit slow to begin with. Once the first handful of cards are graded for the first edition set, it should be their standard lead time. Um, the reason why we partner up with CGC was just pretty obvious for a couple of reasons. One, CGC's headquarters is literally a 45-minute drive from our office here, our Shardbucks headquarters. They're local to us, and also Shardbucks has comic books. CGC grades comic books. Yes, if you have the first edition, uh, beginning or yeah, the first edition comic book, you can send it off. They are actively grading Shardbucks comics as well. Just know that the first handful of submissions will take longer than usual. So that's on that. Now, in the future, yes, we would like to expand that to other grading companies, and we're actively working on that right now. Okay, let's see what we have here. Um, Here, Little Miss is threatening somebody with a chancleta. Sounds about right. Um, yes, we went over the comic book grading, philosopher cards. Brooks, yes, I can disclose how much first edition boxes. So 2,000 first edition booster boxes, no more. 1,000 first edition splat boxes, no more. No, not 29,000, just 2,000. Okay, so do we choose parameters for grading? Is what John is asking. No. So, um, every grading company has their own parameters. They're less specific about they're less specific about whether shard bugs or MTG or Lacana. It all has to do with the overall centering, the overall corners, um, the surface, any surface defects, any edge whiting. Those are usually the parameters they look for, but it's not specific to a game. It's just like an industry wide standard that they use. Uh, okay. Oh, some pretty good questions here tonight. I think we've gone through most of it, so we'll answer maybe a couple of more if you guys have, and then we'll wrap this up. And then again, if you had a question, if you maybe came on the stream a little bit late, a fantastic way to ask us questions is to be on our official Discord. We have a link tree on this YouTube channel or this YouTube video. Um, and that's probably the best way. We're most actively on that. You can also message us on Facebook. We can answer there. You can message us on IG. We can answer there. You can also send any questions to info@shardbugstcg.com. Kev was asking, can I spill a single bean of one word to say about set 2 to give players something to look forward to? Either set 2 or issue number 3, one bean. Come on, Kev. Let's see here. Is there one word to describe set 2? One bean. A hard one. Hard one. What do you think, Nate? Should we give him a little tease? One word? If Nate says yes, I'll do it. But I know the team's been working really hard to keep down their wraps. Jay Cyber's asking, why am I the coolest boss? I am the coolest boss. I didn't know I was the coolest boss, but shout out to Jay Cyber. I just got that swag. No, I'm joking. Appreciate you, man. Johnny's asking, I know that it's an option in one of the tiers, but was just wondering if there will be plans for a comp like Pokemon does. Comp. Not sure what you're asking there. Wondering if there will be a comp like Pokemon does. Not sure. Yes. Okay. So you've seen it in the chat. Set 2, one word, bounty. Google bounty. What is a bounty? How do you get a bounty? Okay. Bounty. That's the name of a chocolate bar over here. Okay. No, there's multiple. I guess there's multiple usage of the words, but there's one main usage when you think, what is a bounty? That's that too. That too is phenomenal. Like we already printed first edition set. We're gonna rock it on the standard edition set. Set 2 is already being play tested. Bunch of fun. So, alrighty. Alrighty, I think that's about it, guys and gals. If you have any other questions, head over to Discord. Shoot us an email at info@sharpbookcg.com or hit us up on one of our socials on IG or Facebook, and we can answer some more. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us this evening. Hopefully, that answers any questions you may have on terms of shipping or any questions on tiers or especially the difference between pre-printed first edition and the standard edition set, which is print to demand. We want to make sure that's super clear to you guys, that if you're pledging for standard edition and has not been printed yet, it'll print quickly after the Kickstarter is over and everything gets tallied up. Should knock on wood, should be delivering that by August based on current turnarounds with our printing partners. And then the first edition stuff's been pre-printed. As soon as the campaign's over, we'll send out the shipping surveys, get that filled out ASAP, and pay your shipping charge, and the product will immediately be shipped out to you guys. So appreciate your guys' time here. Catch us live when the campaign goes live, noon, 12 o'clock Eastern time this Saturday, March 29th.